All right, welcome back. All right, so I got a really great video as a result of another subscriber request from my last video. And it's real simple. What's the best series to get into if you're into something a little bit more classic? You're not a fan of the modern coins and you're a beginner to the hobby, but you want something more. Something, that'll give you more satisfaction. And I totally get it because I was the same way when I first started in the hobby. I really wasn't so much into the modern, quarters, dimes, nickels, pennies, that sort of thing. And I loved collecting some of the classic series. They just have a look all their own that makes them desirable, sometimes affordable, and they're just neat as all get out. So the designs really make a huge difference in collecting, especially when you're a beginner. And we're going to take a look at a coin from each denomination to help out what I feel are the best beginner type coins from a design aspect, and also taking into account a price point component as well. Because if the coins are too pricey, they're just not going to draw that type of interest. So number one on my list is going to be the Indian head set. All right, specifically we're going to concentrate on the coins from like 1880 all the way up till 1908. And the reason why I picked this series is, bar none, it is one of the best designs in classic US coinage history. And it's affordable too. You could easily get a VF or an XF example for just under $10. Sometimes you could get them for even $5. So that's what makes this an extremely appealing series all on its own. And it would be the number one pick on my list as far as the best coin series for a beginner to get into, and it's affordable. Number two on my list is, of course, the ever popular Buffalo Nickel. Now, just like the Indian head set, the Buffalo Nickel is one of those designs that's really held up over time. The great news is the time period of nickels, as far as Buffaloes go, that I would personally collect if I were beginning to collect coins would be somewhere in the 1930 to the end of the series, 1938. You could pick any date in that range and it'll be super affordable, from something condition-wise in a good to as good as a BU. You'd be talking about a coin that you'd be spending less than $20, $25 for something that is fresh off the press. I mean, you could find a really nice coin, especially in 36 and 37, for around that price point. I've bought dozens of Buffalo Nickels, especially in that mid-30s range, between $20 and $30, that were simply really nice BUs. So that would be my number two pick for a beginner's coin series. All right, number three on the list, and it is no surprise that I picked this one, and this is the Mercury Dime. Bar none, one of the most popular coin series, and it's no reason why I put it on this list. Because number one, it's a classic design that everybody loves, and it's going to be a design that if you were to buy into it, you could sell it really easily later on down the road if you need to. And it's one of those coin series that's continuously getting popular the more and more that people know about them. Second, it's a coin series where you could buy a really high grade and it would still be affordable. Now keep in mind, the main factor on all of these coin series is that they're affordable and that they are extremely popular to collect. Speaking in terms of price, you could get BU examples between $10 and $20. It's really easy. And it's a coin that will sell for even more money later on down the road as more of these become less available out in the open market. And that's the reason why I picked this coin as the number three pick of the whole deal. And number four, okay, we're going to jump into quarters. And this is kind of maybe a little bit unconventional of a pick, but I picked the Barber series of quarters. And the reason why I picked the Barber series over the Walking Liberty is that the Walking Liberty is more of a short set. It only goes from 1916 to 1930, excuse me. So there's really only a 13-14 year period to where you could collect these. And if you wanted to get nicer coins in, say, like an AU or a Brilliant Uncirculated, they're just not available for anything reasonably priced. You would have to settle for maybe a VG or a fine. Very fine would start to creep up there in price. But if you're trying to stay within the $5 to $25 range, unfortunately, you can't really go high grade in them. But they were a nice coin. Now the Barber quarters, completely different. These were the workhorses during their day. So there's a lot of coins that are well worn. You could find some with really nice detail, like a fine or VF, and stay within that $20 to $30 price range. Again, you would have to stay in the Philadelphia, 19 teens range of dates for the Barber series in order to stay within that $20 to $30 range. But you could get a really nice example with full Liberty showing on Liberty's headband and a fully defined eagle on the reverse for around the $20 to $30 range. And that's my number 4 pick in the beginner series of coinage. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with the half dollars. And I think this is an appropriate pick for the half dollars simply because it's kind of that bridge between the classic and the modern. And it's the Franklin half dollar. It's a really neat example. It's what it has a famous figure on the front. On the reverse, you have the Liberty Bell. You can't get any more American than that. The beauty part about this series is it ranges from 48 to 63. Okay, it's a nice short compressed series. A lot of the coins can be had for a reasonable price because they are still widely available out there in brilliant uncirculated condition. Now it begins to creep up in price when you get into the 1940s and early 50s, especially in the branch mint examples like a San Francisco or a Denver. So if you stayed within the Philadelphia range of coinage, maybe even pick up a few of the proof examples in the 60s, you'll be in that $20 to $30 range, and this is one of my favorite series in the half dollars. And that's why I picked this one to be the number 5 pick for a beginner to shoot for. Thank you, Coinologist. Fantastic work. Great call out pointing out this topic. And of course, this is my top 5. I didn't talk about dollars or half cents or anything like that. But from a traditionalist standpoint, this is my pick. If you guys had any other say so in the list as far as affordability and handsome looks, please do comment below. Coinologists would love to hear more about what you believe is a fantastic series to get into for a beginner. And as a beginner, make sure you have all of the materials you need. You got flips, you got a really nice album for the series you're collecting, and making sure that you're having fun, that you know exactly how much you're spending on your coins. So with that being said, it's a wrap on this one. I'm your host, Blue Ridge Silverhound. If you like the content, please do like it, and feel free to share it to all your friends and family. I appreciate your time. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.